countdown because I've been doing a countdown a couple of times here on using the Melon app, and whenever I use a countdown, it always malfunctions. And I'm hoping that look like right now I'm online and it's not working. Is it working? I don't know. Oh, it's working. Yeah, we live. All right, cool. What's going on, everybody? All right, I may cut that out. All right, guys. So welcome to the live stream. I am Dre. You are now watching Harrison Family Vlogs. Thank you so much for coming through. If you are watching live, or whether you're watching it live or you're watching the replay, I appreciate you being here. Yeah, man. And I'm going to get into a decent topic today. This is unscripted. I did not plan this out. Me and my son usually do a podcast every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. on our other channel. It's called the Iron Man Podcast. I recommend you guys do a search. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so that you guys can watch those podcasts. Me and my son do this podcast every Tuesday at 7 p.m. and it's dope. Like we've been doing a great job doing it, and my son, like it's amazing to have the opportunity to do something like this, a podcast with my son, my oldest son, who is married with his own kids. That's huge. That's big. That I get to have this opportunity to do a podcast with my son. And we talk about the Bible and things that pertain to men. And man, like it's a joy to be able to do this. Joy. So, and usually what I try to do is go live. Celestial, what's going on? Thank you so much for being here. And usually I try to go live right after at 8 p.m. But today I sort of balanced that out by, since we didn't go live today at 7 p.m., my son's not feeling well. Pray for him. I figured instead of going live at 8 p.m. with my channel, I'll just go 7:30 p.m. and I meet at the middle. This way I can finish early, shower, spend time with my family, and go to sleep. Yeah. So I'm doing well. How you doing tonight? Or today? I don't know what time. What time of day is it? What time is it where you are? And what region of the world are you in? Yeah, let me know. And if you are now tuned in and you have not hit the subscribe button, hit the subscribe button right now and join the Harrison Extended Family by doing so. And if you haven't hit the like button, hit that like button. Top Bangs, what's going on? Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, man. I sent you that video, the YouTube video, nostalgia. That was, I think, it's debatable, right? It's not a great debate, but debatable. That's one of the hottest tracks I think ever created in hip hop. That track, 16 bars with you and Red and Shyline and was it R Swift? What was it? That was probably the illest track created. Like no shade to anybody in Christian hip hop. But yo, like I played it like maybe 4 or 5 times back to back. Like yo, like dang, like and like Christian hip hop, yeah, Swift too, yeah. So Christian hip hop came a long way from the inception back in like the 90s, even the 80s. And I was like, yo, like to think that people who love the Lord can produce quality content like this, and it's hot. But man, like I was like, I even shared it with my Battle of the Sexes chat. Told them check it out. But that the church today needs to hear that song, whether they are into the hip hop culture or not. That song, that track, timeless. And Todd, you were on that track. Like, big ups to you, bro. Big ups. So, yeah, right. Good times. That joint still, yo, it's crazy how it still slaps. It's timeless, man. Timeless. Kennedy V is in the house. What's up, sis? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. All right. So I wanted to talk real quick about masculinity. Masculinity. Now, here's the thing, right? We live in a day where the concept of masculinity is under attack. It's under attack. It's something that people don't want or claim not to want, but then want. It's like they love it and they hate it. And they don't want to admit that they need it, but they need it. So it's like, I can't even say it's a two-edged sword. It's just like, I would say a double-tongued person. Okay. And ladies, I'm not here to attack you, but I think that when it comes to this specific area, I think women would benefit from being a little bit more consistent. You want a manly man, but you don't want him to be too much of a man. Like you don't want him to be a toxic man. And I think there's a couple of words that's been going around, right? A couple of words, like all of a sudden, like you have words like toxic masculinity, you have words like narcissist, chauvinist, things like that. And I don't think people really know what those words mean. I'm convinced that people don't know what those words mean. They like using it because they want to throw those words to insult a person's character, but they really don't know what those words mean. They just like saying it. And they think that they understand what it means because they're hearing it contextually, but in a lot of context, it's being said out of context. So, um, so I think that the idea of masculinity per se has become something that our society is trying to rub away, or if not rub away, blur the lines so that there's no distinction between what's masculine and what's feminine. They are more upset at a macho mentality, I think, but but they pick on masculinity. I hear that. And that's why I said that they don't really understand the whole concept of masculinity in full or in a clear concept. So that macho mentality, I get. Dealing with a man who doesn't want to hear anything, who beats their chest, who has to go out there and try to prove themselves to be bigger, better, badder than the next man or the woman that they're with. I get it, but that's not what masculinity is. And you're trying to throw the baby out with the bathwater when it comes to masculinity. The world needs masculine men. The world needs masculine men. You need it. We all need it. Like we need masculine men. A lot of men, a lot of boys grow up confused about who they are because they did not have a masculine man around consistently to show them what it means to be a man. And then they'll say this, well, masculinity is a social construct. Yeah, so everything, and this is the thing, they try to disprove a concept by saying that it's a social construct. Everything is a social construct. Everything that exists, every culture, every decision, every alignment to a specific ideal is a social construct. So because people are afraid to be put in a box, right? They don't want to, they'll use this term. Well, masculinity is not even real. It's a social construct, and it's not like it's like race, right? Like race is a social construct developed so that one specific demographic it appears to be greater than another demographic, right? Masculinity is not meant to do that. Masculinity is meant to balance. And even if it was a social construct, it's based on balance, not control. The social construct of race is based on control. But there is a beautiful and delicate and healthy balance between masculinity and femininity. It's a beautiful, beautiful, as I don't really rock with her that much, but as Candace Owens says on the Roommates podcast, it's a yin and a yang. Yeah, a Christian talking about yin and yang. Yeah, it's like a yin and a yang. It's a balance, right? So it's deep. It's deep. All right. Todd says, you said something profound though. Society wants the lines blurred to the point of masculine and feminine becoming one. And bro, I think that's a mistake. I think that's a mistake because then there will be no, honestly, that if that happens, there'll be no masculinity. Everything will be feminine. Everything. There'll be absolutely no balance. And I think that we live in a time where people don't want balance. They don't want balance. What they want is the scale tipped so that one specific demographic becomes more favored, like with the feminism movement today. It's not like how it was when it first started. It's not like that. It wasn't back then. It was about we want equal rights. Today, feminism is all about we don't want you guys to be separate or anything. Like we don't want any lines. We don't want any clear distinctions. We want everything so equal that there are no distinctions. I'm like, that doesn't make sense. The mere fact that you're a feminist states that you want distinctions. And in fact, the title feminism itself shows that you want distinction, and not just distinction. You want to tip the scale in favor of those who are of the feminine gender or whatever it is, right? It just doesn't make sense. Hey, caught another live. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, Molly. Appreciate you being here. Oh, mommy, I missed you. What's going on, mom? I didn't know you were here. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah. So listen, we have to be, and if you guys want to talk about it, listen, I'm here to talk about it because this is what you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna share it. Hold on. I'm gonna share this. If you guys want to come in, you're more than welcome to come in because let me know what you guys think. I think this is something that we need to talk about. And what I'll do is I'll put the number in also. I'll leave the number up. I'll put the call-in number in case some people don't want to show their face. You know, it's fine. I don't mind. I'm about to put the number up now. Is this it? No. There we go. There we go. If you guys want to call in and let me know what you guys think of the topic. If you agree, disagree, Dre, you out of your mind. There should be no lines. There should be no masculine, feminine. Everybody should be one. The thing is, even the whole concept of procreation shows the balance, the beautiful balance of masculine and feminine energy. It shows a beautiful balance because through that balance comes life. I don't know if you heard that. I don't know if you guys heard that. Through that balance comes life. The beautiful balance between masculine energy and feminine energy brings life. And we want to blur that line, right? We want to blur that line. And again, back to the whole social construct argument. I agree that some social constructs are negative and toxic, but the social construct, the teaching of masculinity and femininity is not one of those things that's toxic at all. All right, at all. And by the way, I'm missing some of the comments. I'm just going to go back and read some if you guys don't mind. And I pinned the app, the link to join the conversation if you guys want. Yes, I'm back with Melon. Ha, 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 ha. I'm back with Melon. Okay, ads were interesting. I'm here. Hydrate. How's it going? Molly's here. Real talk, what's going on? And I know my bro Real Talk has a lot to say on this topic, right? I know you have a lot to say on this topic, bro. But yeah, I think that it's a mistake to try to blur those lines. We need to make sure that we embrace the beauty of the balance of masculine and feminine energy. And this is why masculinity is needed. This is why masculinity is needed. Okay. I don't rock with a lot of people on YouTube anymore, as far as these YouTubers that have grown in the past couple of months because of stuff they say, but some of the things that they say is valid. Mm-hmm. Right? Even Candace Owens in that interview with the Roommates podcast. And notice I did not tag her or the Roommates podcast in this live stream because, once you do that, people are like, oh, you clout chasing. No, I'm just responding to what they said, and I wanted to give them credit for the view and perspective. But here's one thing about Candace Owens. She's consistent, pretty much consistent. She can be consistently wrong some ways, but sometimes she's consistently right. And sometimes she makes sense. She talked about the positive, about the masculinity and femininity, the feminine movement, and how, and it caused me to think about it too, right? About, are there any truly happy feminists in the world? And if there are, why are they so angry and pushing and like crazy? I saw a documentary on Netflix. Marcus, what's going on? Thank you so much for being here. The masculine and feminine energy was present before society. How can that be a social construct? I'll explain my point of view. And I agree with that. Like, it's a natural thing. The masculinity and femininity, how it's portrayed and how it's behaved can be a social construct. And I'll get into that. But good point. Good point, Marcus. So, and in this documentary, this lady who was a feminist started interviewing men, and she renounced feminism and realized that men actually had it pretty harder than women. And she was at a couple of events where men were speaking, and there was feminists outside protesting, and these feminists were violent. Like they were angry, and they couldn't get into even a peaceful conversation and dialogue with the other side. They didn't want to hear it. They didn't want to hear it. And she was like, you know, Candace Owens says she doesn't know any happy, truly happy feminist people. And I was like, it's pretty deep. Like I had to think about it. I had to be like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she got a point there. Honestly, I don't travel in those circles, so I can't say definitively if they're happy or not. So I'm not about to come on my channel and be like, feminist people are women who are feminists aren't happy people. I'm not going to say that. But come to think of it, I just don't know any truly happy feminist women out there. They're not portrayed in the news when they do go on interviews like that, and it's deep. It's deep, right? So then it leaves a question: if that is true, why are they so angry? Are they angry to the point where they can't live in balance with those who desire to be a masculine man? Like, what is it? What is it? Because again, feminism back in the day was about balancing the scale, giving women the rights to do certain things like vote, to work if they want to work, things like that. Now, today, if you guys want to say, well, there's still a disparity in salary between women. And one thing you can't, and I'm going to say this, I've been seeing this. I'm a basketball fan, right? And I've been seeing this argument about the NBA and the WNBA, right? And we have to understand that the NBA and the WNBA, they're business, right? And you pay people based on the draw, the financial draw, okay? And there was this comparison between a lady from I think the Sparks and LeBron James. And LeBron James will bring in billions of dollars of revenue into an organization, where in the WNBA, you may get a couple million from one specific star. Should they get paid the same amount? They're doing the same work, but their value is not the same in the eyes of entertainment. So when they talk about like salary as far as doing the same job, that salary has to be based on what's coming in and who's paying to see them. More people are paying to see LeBron James than they are paying to see women that play in the WNBA. So you guys cannot use that as a valid argument to show that there's a disparity against a pay disparity between women in sports. We know that, and that's just how business run. Okay, that's how it runs. I'm not going to say, because I play basketball and I can, shoot, 8 foot 10 threes, that I should get paid as much as LeBron James. No, I shouldn't. I shouldn't. But if we both were doctors, right, with the same experience, right, in the same hospital, I'm going to demand the same pay, right? Because at that point, it's not a matter of supply and demand. It's a matter of we have a job to do. We're doing the same job. I'm doing it. So I get it, but let's talk about realities and what actually makes sense. So if there's a disparity between women and men getting paid, right, and women getting paid less to do the same job, like as a police officer, like as a doctor, like as a teacher, things like that, like as a senator or a congresswoman or whatever. Now we have something to talk about. We have something to talk about. Feminism today want to make it so that it's illogical like they'll exploit certain differences and disparities that they think are disparities. It's not really disparities. It's just that not enough people are paying to go to WNBA games, so they can't pay them that much. And if they do, where are they getting that money from? Okay, that's all it is. That's all it is. But if we are referring to what's going on, Robert, thank you so much for being here. And Gamer X, by the way, thank you so IT Gamer X, by the way, thank you so much for being here too. So it just makes sense. Just makes sense. Now, I do want to address the question that Marcus Lutan brought up about the social construct of masculinity and femininity. It's a social construct because men are taught to be masculine, women are taught to be feminine. And it's more of a conditioning than like an outright teaching. Because I'm a man, I see men and I want to behave like men, so I'll mimic and do what men do. Because I'm a lady and I see a lady, a girl, and I see a woman, I want to try to mimic what my mom. If I had my father there, I want to see what my father do. I want to, like my godfather Ralph, right? When I go to visit him, when I was a kid, I used to wear his clothes. I would wear his boots. I would walk around. I would do what he do. I would watch him shave. Like I just wanted to do the things that my godfather Ralph did. All right. My sister would go there and she would do everything that my god sister Didi did. All right. So I hear like, so yes, there's a positive energy. There's a positive masculine energy and a feminine energy. And that goes, that stands outside of social construct. As far as behaving like men and behaving like women, that is definitely based in what's being taught, conditioned, and constructed socially. Okay. So, but I do understand what you were saying. All right. All right. So, there's an argument. The WNBA players don't understand your business has to be bringing the money in order to make money. True. And I think that's a good point, Real. That's a good point. And I think the WNBA understands it. Who I don't think understands it are those that are outside arguing this. You know, you got to bring in the money. The more money you bring in, the more money you get paid. You know, that's how it works. That's how it works. Okay. Wait, hold on. I think V is arguing with us. Hold on. I don't know if I need to be in this convo. Oh, no, you should be in this convo, V. This is not a matter of like, I would like to know your point of view. And if you want, you can come in. The link is pinned up. You can call in also. All right. You can call in also and we can talk about it. Like logically, let's talk about it in realities. Okay. But back to the topic of masculinity. It's something that is now bad in our society today. And I think that if this continues going in that direction, in the trajectory that it's going in, and the line between masculinity and femininity is forever blurred, we're going to have more feminine energy on this planet, or at least in Western civilization, than masculine. And there's going to be a severe imbalance to how societies should be. Yeah. Oh, you're welcome, Marcus. Yeah, I wanted to make sure that I was clear on that. So, and hopefully I made it clear. Because let's look at societies that haven't been westernized. All right. Let's look at societies that haven't been westernized. Even in those societies, there is a strong masculine presence and a strong feminine presence. You have specific roles that balance each other out for the society to function effectively. Soon, and I'm not speaking prophetically, I'm just thinking it could happen. Soon in Western civilization, specifically in this country, what's going to happen is that if those lines continue to get blurred and it disappears, that balance will be way off. And as a society, it's going to start to crumble. It's going to start to crumble. And I'm afraid of that. I don't know about you guys. I'm afraid of that. I think somebody's calling in. Let's see if I can get them in.
Call from
Real Talk.
All right. Got my brother Real Talk here.
Press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Brother Real, what's going on?
What's up?
How's it going?
Nothing, chilling, man. How you doing, bro?
Doing good, man. I think I'm making some people upset in the chat.
I'm making somebody upset in the chat. So let me clarify. I'm just gonna clarify my point.
So, Andrea?
This ain't for me. When I said that, it's not a man versus a woman thing. The thing is this, and I'll use another example of what I meant.
Yeah.
Okay, you remember the XFL back in 2001, right?
Yeah, with the no fair catch rule.
That league.
Yeah.
All right. They folded after 1 year because they didn't bring enough money.
There's somebody calling in after Real Talk is done. You guys can call in, all right? All right, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be long. Back in the XFL, they folded after 1 year, right?
Yep.
So, and they folded because they couldn't pay their players and then bring in enough money.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it works the same way with the WNBA. If you're not bringing in much money and you're really at a deficit each year, you cannot pay your players much. That's the only thing. Now, if the WNBA players were with the NBA and playing with the NBA players, then yeah, I agree. Pay them.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Go ahead, pay them like you paying the men, but they're in a whole different league, so you can't pay them because you're not making no money.
Yeah. So
that's the whole thing.
And actually, they're saying that it's not fair that they're not getting paid the same. What won't be fair is to pay them the same when NBA players are filling up 30,000 people arenas and they're paying those tickets, and they're only filling in 5,000 seats out of a 35,000 arena and paying them the same. That actually is the definition of
that
not
wouldn't
fair.
be fair. Yeah.
Yeah. So
exactly.
So, but what they're doing is that they're saying, okay, here's a man and a woman doing the same job, and they should get paid the same thing. Sports don't work that way. Entertainment does not work that way. Right? It does not. That's why, like even in movies, right? There's some A-list actresses that get paid more than A-list actors. Are we going to be like, well, no, you guys are doing the same job. You guys need to get paid the same thing. That's not how it works in entertainment. So I think that when it comes to entertainment, we really can't have that argument. We can't use entertainment as the central focus of an argument when it comes to pay disparities among men and women. Can't happen that way.
Right.
Because that is really a supply and demand type of situation.
The only way you can use that argument is if you, like a doctor or a lawyer, you're in the same field, you got the same skills,
same experience.
Then you can make that argument.
Yeah.
Yeah, same experience. Then you can make that argument.
Yeah.
You can't use that when it comes to entertainment at all.
No. So, and I was saying that. I said, I'm not saying that there's not a pay disparity. What I am saying is you can't use sports and entertainment as the central focus of your argument. In fact, that shouldn't be any argument at all. So if you have a man and a woman working the same, job at, Bosch and Long, and they have the same experience, the same education, right? And they don't get paid the same, or she gets paid less. Now we have an argument. Now we have something to go on, right? But entertainment can't be used as that. It cannot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. And Andrea said they should have equal pay. Andrea, the thing is this: if they were in the same exact league and they all have the same skill set, then yes, they should be paid equally. They should, but they are in different leagues. One league is making money, the other league is not making no money. No, they should not be paid the same at all.
So, and here's the thing: men in the NBA aren't getting paid the same, and the men in the NBA, the men in the NBA aren't arguing like, "Hey, I'm not getting paid as much as Steph Curry. All right, I'm going to protest."
Exactly.
You're not doing that.
That's the thing. You got NBA players making millions a year. You got some NBA players, bench warmers, making a couple thousand. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
They're not going to get paid the same because their talents are not the same.
No.
Period.
Yeah, and that's just logic, and it's not. It has nothing to do with emotion. It has nothing to do this is actually entertainment. But and Andrea says that women are underpaid, and you guys know that. Now, again, I can only agree with you if you're speaking about a specific field that's not based on entertainment and people paying to see another person play a sport or see a movie or whatever. If you're talking about hospitals, if you're talking about workforces that then we have something you have something to go on, Andrea. But it can't be, Andrea. What's the number? It's it's on the bottom.
Shit.
It's on the bottom, Andrea.
My bad for cussing, but dang, she's finna call. Hey,
Yeah,
I'm finna go ahead and go and let her call.
Yes,
I'm finna go ahead and let her call. So, but I just had to say that. I just had to say, if your field, if whatever you are doing is not making no money, you cannot get paid as much as you think you should get paid because you're not getting. How are you gonna get the money? They're gonna get it out their butt or something. Like, how are they gonna pay you? You see what I'm saying? So,
yep.
That argument don't make sense to me.
Yeah, it doesn't. But Andrea, the number is on the screen, 908-444-6257. You're more than welcome to join in. Real, thank you so much for calling in. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. Appreciate you, bro.
All right. Andrea, the line is open. Come on in. Men just don't want to pay women what they rightly deserve. Now, if you're talking about a firm or the police department or a job like that, I get it. But when it comes to sports, it's not so. And I don't know how this got into that area, but it's not a good argument. It's not a good argument.
Call from. Yo, what up?
Yo, what up? Hello?
Yo, hello?
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 Hi, who's this?
Yo, hello?
Yeah. He got hung up on. He's not getting caught. I'm not picking up his phone. So, all right. So, yeah. So, man, just don't listen. Like, I'm not again. Like, can we be like, just think this through? Let's be logical about this. All right. V, if you're talking about a job, an occupation, like a job, that's not based on entertainment, and that's happening, we have like I'll rock with you. I'll rock with you on that. But when we're talking about sports, that it can't be that way. Can't be that way.
Call from
Andrea.
Andrea, what's up?
Yeah, what's up, Harrison? How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. So, okay, so my question to you is,
Yes.
remember that movie that Brad Pitt and Taraji P. Henson played in together? It was like the Benjamin Button movie.
Yeah.
So I'm just asking a question. If you don't think that in sports and entertainment, women should be getting equal pay as their counterparts, why was Taraji P. Henson in the movie was the best role in that movie, but Brad Pitt got more money than she did?
Because more people will pay to see Brad Pitt in the movie than Taraji P. Henson. That's why. That it has nothing like you're saying. Okay, I'm a woman and she's not getting paid as much. Yeah, I agree. Like it's foul. It's foul, but that's how it is. More people will pay to see Brad Pitt in that movie than they would to pay to see Taraji P. Henson. Even though she had a better role, people are going to pay to see Brad Pitt. Period. And that's how entertainment works.
And then you wonder why we are devaluated in certain ways as women because they see.
Well, but the thing is, society tells you that though. Society determines that.
I don't tell myself that.
No.
I don't tell my girlfriends that. But you wonder why we're asking for better pay and stuff because we're doing almost as a actor or actress doing the same job as a man, but yet it's still because he's a man, he gets more money than me.
No, but it's not. They're not doing it because you're a man. He's a man. They're doing it.
So?
No, they're doing it because he draws more people to pay for seats in the movie theater. That's why. That's why. Right. So, I'll say this, right. We could talk about the racial aspect of it, but that's not the topic tonight.
Yes. I mean, I didn't want to bring it up because,
Brad Pitt.
Let me want to bring race up.
Brad Pitt.
Bring it up.
No, but hear me out. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie, from my understanding, if you guys can do the homework, I'll check. I think they got similar pay for that movie that they did on Mr. and Mrs. Jones or Mr. and Mrs. Smith. That's because Angelina Jolie is a box office draw. She's going to get paid as much as her male counterparts.
Okay.
It doesn't have to do with her being a female. It has to do with how many paying customers will go and see her in a movie. So Taraji P. Henson is huge in our circles, right?
Yeah.
She's a superstar and she's a phenomenal actress. And that's nothing I cannot say anything about that. But and Todd is right. It's about negotiations as well.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, you also have to be realistic about your value in the. I hate to say it, like in the marketplace. Like this dude talks about that all the time, but it's a fact. It's a fact. The marketplace has consumers that are predominantly Caucasian in America, right? Caucasians are more likely to go see a movie with a Caucasian lead than they are a black female lead. So they're going to pay this Caucasian male actor more than a black female because that is a higher draw. That's the market, period. That's all it is. So I don't know if it has to do with in entertainment, women and men, unless we talk about it in a societal aspect. A movie company they're not going to pay the two actors the same amount. However, society has to get to the point where they value female actresses so much so that they're willing to go pay money to see this female actress. It was happening with Julia Roberts. There was a time where she was the highest paid actress. Nicole Kidman. Who else? There was a few of them. Like it was happening. but it only happened because they was drawing in the money.
And back to Real Talk 87 about the WNBA. If the NBA put in as much as they put in for the fellas, maybe the WNBA could be successful. I'm just saying.
They will be successful if people go and pay. If they will be successful if they fill the stands. That's what they will be successful.
Well, half of them girls are half of them women. Okay, because last time I checked, the NBA got a 82 seasons. Okay, then they got the playoffs, but half of them girls are working overseas, and then they have the WNBA. If they was getting paid, they would have to be overseas playing ball.
So let me ask you a question.
Just like the NBA boys ain't got to do that; they can just stay at home.
So let me ask you a question.
Have to move overseas.
Let me ask you a question. And by the way, I only have 9 likes. You guys, come on, help me out. Hit me with those likes, okay? Like this, please. Like this. So let me ask you a question, okay? I open up a hardware store, right?
Okay.
On the corner of my local block, okay?
Yeah.
I open a store, right? But down the street, right, and let's say I'm only getting paid like $70,000 a year because, I'm selling, hardware stuff, but just people aren't buying it. But the Home Depot, a mile away, that manager is making $2-3 million a year. Is it fair that this manager there is making more money than me?
Is it fair that he's making more money than
Yes.
you? How long? But to me, I would rate how long he be in business. What is his marketing strategy? What is his plan?
So hear me out. Hear me out. I just opened up a hardware store on a corner of down the street from my house. Okay, it's just a hardware store, and I'm the only one working there, right? Let's say I have one additional employee, my son, because I'm forcing him to work there because it's a family business. Okay.
Okay.
The Home Depot, down 3 miles away, that manager, he managed the whole store. Let's say he gets paid, let's say $500,000 a year to manage that whole store. Is it fair that he, as a manager, gets paid more than me as the owner of my little hardware store?
Well, I can't say that. I mean, he's probably been there for a minute. You just own your
let's say that he just got the job there. Let's say he just got the job there, right?
Okay.
And remember what the arena is what I'm talking about here. He's working at Home Depot. Home Depot is a monster. Home Depot makes money, right?
Yes.
We're doing the same job. We're doing the exact same job. He gets paid $500,000 a year. I get paid $70,000, barely, and that's because I may not even get paid that. We're doing the same job. Why isn't it fair that we're not getting paid the same money? I should demand the same money, right?
Yeah. I can't judge that because you just opened your business. He just got there. He could be qualified to work there and have experience.
No. So the question then is how the real question is how is he getting paid? What's allowing him to get paid that money?
Because Home Depot is a big corporation. Yours is the mom and pop business.
Yeah. And
you just started your business.
And how many people are going to Home Depot annually?
Thousands of people are going to Home Depot. And
millions of people going to Home Depot, right? How many people are going to my mom and pop store? Not a lot. I may have maybe 100, maybe 50 regular customers, right? Because they want to support the mom and pop store. But the money's not coming in. Even though we're doing the same job, the money's not coming in. I can't demand more money because the money's not coming in. It's the same way with the WNBA and the NBA. The WNBA players cannot demand more money if they're not bringing more money in. I can't expect as a mom and pop.
I use that, but I do think it's pulled on the NBA to make the WNBA successful. And I'm saying,
so
if the boys want their counterpart, if they this is why I think the NBA is losing the mentality. Is if they want their counterparts and their women to be successful. You're gonna have to pour some money into that and let them be successful.
So for that to happen, right? LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Harden, all those kind of players are going to have to take a huge pay cut for that to happen.
No. What they can do?
No.
What they can do is promote. Hold on. What they can do is promote it. What they can do is go sit there behind in a WNBA game, and you will get some people up in that NBA game too.
But you know that happens though,
but
right?
No, it's almost like women in the rap game. In the rap game, we got men in the rap game, but you got women in the rap game. I know some women go to the concerts with the rap meet with the guys are rapping. So I'm just saying, they don't have to always have money to promote the women. What I'm saying is, you could do more. You could do more advertising that could promote the women.
Mm-hmm.
Go sit in the game. It ain't gonna kill you.
All right, I have a question. Whitney Houston, right? Phenomenal.
Yes.
Phenomenal. She made bread, right? She made bread, right? Let me see. Kenny Lattimore. They did the same job. Kenny Lattimore could not touch Whitney Houston's bank account. Is that fair?
True.
Is it fair?
No, he couldn't touch Whitney Houston's bank account.
But why?
Because Whitney is a bigger star than Kenny Lattimore. That's common sense.
It's because people were buying her music more than Kenny Lattimore's music. Yes or no? Mm-hmm. So as a result, she got more money. Yes or no?
Yes.
So entertainment across the board operates the same way. You get paid based on what you can draw. So why is it the men's responsibility to help the women draw that?
I'm not saying it's a men's responsibility. What I'm saying is you want your other counterparts. This is the thing, under the brand of the NBA, it's the WNBA too. So and what I'm saying is to make your counterparts, to help your counterparts along. You can go sit in the game. You can go. This one thing about Kobe Bryant, and the reason I say this about him, I watched him beat a couple WNBA games.
But he wasn't the only one. He's not the only one, Andrea.
Yeah, he ain't the only one, but it's the big stars of the NBA, James Harden, Steph Curry, if they would be at some of the games and promote the women, I think it will go a long way to make sure the women can be successful. Because if we at the end of the day, we go hand in hand. We can't be without y'all, and y'all can't be without us.
You're
now,
right.
what does the WNBA say? The women, who are their favorite players? LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. Some of them say I patterned my game after this.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying if they want the WNBA to be successful, the counterparts who the big stars can bring the money in for the girls.
But why is that their responsibility? Because the NBA, the NBA,
it's not their responsibility. But I'm saying it's a suggestion hand and say I'm gonna help my fellow teammates, because at the end
Andrea,
of the day,
they're doing that.
NBA and the NBA.
They're doing that.
My fellow teammates.
But
are they doing that?
Yes.
Are they doing that?
Yes, they do that. They attend the games.
I don't think they do enough. And then you wonder why
here's the thing. So here's the thing, Andrea. Let me just tell you what you just did. All right. Let me tell you what you just did, Andrea. You said that they should be at the games. I told you they're at the games. Then you said, well, that's not enough. They need to do more. Come on. Andrea, I love you, but come on.
But the thing is, at the end of the day, the NBA players are not struggling. Okay, LeBron James got more money than you can count. Okay,
Agreed.
Let's be honest. That's true. Steph Curry got more money than he can count.
Agreed.
Steph Curry got more money here. But let me tell you something. I guarantee you, and one of them NBA players, WNBA women, I got more money than they can count. And they don't. They have to go. They have to go overseas. They have to play more games than the fellas do.
I don't know the figures, but I don't know the exact figures. But it's hard for me to believe that women players, professional basketball players, female women basketball players overseas get paid less than the women in the WNBA.
They get paid more overseas. To tell you the truth, they get
do
paid
they?
more.
I got to research that. That sounds.
It's a they get paid. Women get
I'm gonna
paid
check
more
that out.
overseas in the United States.
I'm gonna check that out.
Go ahead. I know what I'm talking about.
Because because here's the thing though, right? Because here's the thing. Because the men in professional leagues around the world don't get paid near what NBA players get. So I'm like just being consistent with that model, right? Just being consistent. If the men get paid way less playing overseas, it's hard for me to believe that the women are getting paid more overseas. But I'm gonna check that out. I'm gonna look at.
Overseas. Go ahead.
I'm gonna check out those.
I want you to fact check me. I want you to fact check me.
Yeah, I'm gonna fact check. I'm gonna definitely fact
Go
check
ahead and fact check me.
All right.
I'm gonna do a line.
But here's the thing, though, right? But here's the thing. If that's the case,
yes,
go play overseas where the market is going to pay you more. If the market's not bringing in the money in America,
you ain't telling LeBron. Are you telling LeBron James, Steph Curry do that?
No, because the market. No, because because the market is paying them here. I would not. That's the very reason why European players come here, because the market pays them more. No, I'm not going to tell LeBron James go overseas because the market's not paying them overseas.
See, that's why I think that's why you don't understand the women, because you're saying you ain't telling LeBron James to go overseas to make the more money, but the women. But see, hold on a minute. LeBron James can stay home with his wife and go to the game, and the women.
Andrea, this is what I'm saying. Andrea. No, this is what I'm not saying that. I'm saying go where the market's going to pay you. That's what I'm saying. Go where the market's going to pay. If the market's not paying you in America, go where it's going to pay you. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying.
What I'm saying to you is LeBron James, Steph Curry, all of them can have a wife and family and be at home and watch.
But that's irrelevant to the argument.
I'm saying the women. That's the argument. I'm saying the women have to go overseas, leave their families, leave their mamas, leave their daddies, and all that because of the play, because that's their dream. So I'm just saying, I think the NBA, and my new word is do better. How about that? Do better.
All right. So what can what's the balance there then?
The balance is the balance is.
But here's the thing. This goes back to my point. Hold on.
The balance is.
Watch this, fellas. Watch how I twist this. Watch how I twist this. You want the men to do better, right? So you're saying. I want
everybody to do better. I want everybody to do better.
But
I want my fellow actresses to get better, more money. I love Denzel Washington, but do I think he's better than Viola Davis? No, I don't. I think they're equal.
So here's the thing. I think you're telling me that women in entertainment need that masculine energy to support them so that they can get equal pay.
No, we don't need. No, I want.
Andrea, don't no. This whole conversation is you saying that masculine men, need to get behind their feminine counterparts so that they can level up.
Yes.
So you're admitting live right now. You're admitting.
Okay, you want to keep having a real conversation. Denzel Washington, a champion of Viola Davis, said she should get equal pay.
First off, and he is though, but he is. He's a huge champion of Viola Davis. Whoa. Here's Andrea. I'm gonna let you Google that, and then I'm gonna let you fact check that. Look it up, because I seen videos when they did the movie together, Fences. He raved about her, raved when they were doing the Broadway play together. He raved about her. But I'm gonna let you go look for that. But at the end of the day, Andrea, my sister, you just admitted. Andrea, you're gonna make me mute you. You're gonna make me mute you right now. You know that. I'm gonna mute you. Listen to me. You just admitted the necessity for masculine energy. You just proved my case for why masculinity is needed.
But the thing is, Harrison, I'll throw one back at you. Yeah. You a good teacher. I'm a good teacher. Yeah. But you get paid more because you're a man. Is that fair to me?
No. Oh, first off, I am a minority in this field. Not only am I a man. Hold on, Andrea. Andrea. Not only am I black, I'm a black man working in a white female dominated industry. No. I do not get paid more than you because I'm a male teacher. I get paid more to you possibly because I'm working in New York City. But if I lived where you live, we'd be getting paid the same amount. That's why. It goes to the market. The market is higher in New York City. So teachers get paid more in New York City. If I was where you are, I would get paid less because that's where the market value for teachers is. That's where it lies. That's all it is.
Okay, well, okay, but I'm gonna look for that Denzel Washington thing, and I'm gonna look the words and say like this: did he say Viola Davis to get equal pay as me? Because to me, if you're gonna say that men should be championing up the black women who are like Denzel Washington, championing up Kerry Washington, but we should get equal pay like
Andrea,
that.
but you're not. But you're being emotional as a woman. What I need you to think about is how. Listen to me. No, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. That's how. And it's not something that I'm like ragging on you on. It's not a bad thing. But sometimes what it does is it clouds our judgment and not get us to think about how business works. A movie company will not be paying Viola Davis the same amount of money that they would pay Angela Bassett, because Angela Bassett is going to bring more seats. Then Angela Bassett may get more money than Viola Davis because of the market, because she's worth more in that market. Denzel Washington is worth more in that market. That's why he's getting paid more. It's not about man or woman. Or they don't care. Honestly, they want money, so they don't care what is growing out of the limbs of a.
Hypothetically, this. What if Denzel Washington say, "Look, my next film, Viola Davis, is going to be with me. Yeah. Check this out. I'm going to take a pay cut because I want her to get the same money.
But why should he, though? Why should he do that?
Why should he do that? It's called, in the world of my mama and daddy, it's called helping your other man can I. Viola Davis is a black woman.
Yeah, he's helping her. He's helping her by saying, I want her as an actress here. So pay her what she's worth. Yeah. And because like she doesn't have to work, and if he's going to say I want her to work with me, he's putting money in her pocket anyway.
Okay, so I'll tell you, I'm gonna let you go because I'm my live. I'll start about
all right, cool.
But let me tell you this. What's her name? Octavia Spencer was on this movie, and LeBron James was he was funding everything, and he went to bat for her to get what she was asking for. And to me, I said, was
she asking the same amount? Was she asking for the same amount though?
He felt like she was getting underpaid.
Was she asking for the same amount as him?
I don't know what she was asking.
I'm gonna say no, she was not.
No. Okay, but he felt like she was getting underpaid.
Yeah.
He turned the roll down actually, and he wants it back for her and said whatever she wants, just give it to her.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So I'm just saying it is black men are champion for black women.
Yes, they
I'm
are.
just saying maybe the WNBA could champion their fellas to help their women. Because at the end of the day, we go hand in hand. We can't live without each other.
Yeah, but
you want black girls to go to the WNBA. If the men are not championing them up, how it's gonna fail? I'm just saying.
But how? The question is how? Where's the money? You go ahead. There's something. You go ahead, sister. I'll talk to you. We'll talk later. Okay.
Okay. Bye bye.
At the end of the day, where's the money coming from? All right, we're just going into the WNBA, and they champion the WNBA, but again, they also got lives of their own. They're not going to sacrifice their whole life to make sure that there's seats in the stands for the WNBA. They're going to go and support, and they have done that. They do that. So, all right, guys. So, at the end of the day, for that specific argument, it's about business, money, and the drawing capacity of the person who is entertaining the crowd. Okay, and that's just that. It is what it is. You can't be mad for that. But if me and you were both teachers in the same city, in the same market, I got paid more than you, and we have the same educational experience, the same work experience, then you not getting paid what I'm getting paid is not fair. And that's it. It's not fair to expect the NBA players who bring in the money and bring in the crowds to supplement the WNBA's income and take from their pocket to give to them. That actually isn't fair. And that's what that is. And I think feminist movement women need to fill the seats. I agree, Todd. I think all these feminist groups need to go in and fill. That's how they're going to get their money. Okay, stop protesting men and masculinity and go fill those seats in the WNBA. That's what you guys should be doing. All right, man. I've been on here for about an hour, almost an hour now. But at the end of the day, masculinity is needed. Whether you like it or not, whether you love it or not, masculinity is needed. And in fact, this conversation really does prove that, because let's use the NBA as a case study. The WNBA needs the players from the stars in the NBA, which is a masculinated, dominated, entity, to help the WNBA get fans in the seats. You need that masculine energy. Or you give the feminist movement a lot of credit. Yeah, I'm trying. I don't know if we know, bro, that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But yeah. So at the end of the day, masculine energy is needed. It's needed, and I think that to demonize men for their masculinity is also to discredit the beautiful nature of the balance between masculinity and femininity in itself. We have feminism, right? And the reason why it's feminism is because they understand that there's a separation, but they don't want the separation, but they know that it's a separation because they're feminists. All right. I wonder if there were masculinists out there. No, they don't call it masculinist. They call it chauvinist, right? Because they have to make sure that it's a term that's going to demonize a specific group if they do the very same thing that the feminists do. Right. Even ask her to balance her argument at the end of it all, proving the point. Yeah. Yeah. Here we have, hold on. Harry got something good here. Lawyers and police fall into high value cities, and make more money from lawyers and police fall into high valued cities, and that make more money from tourists get paid. Okay. Yeah. Because there's a lot of tourists like New York City and Miami. Tourists get paid more money, although they're doing the same job. Agreed. And that just makes sense. Sorry, on cell phones, cities are corporations too. That's why pay is different for them as well. Agreed. Yeah, there's plenty of chauvinists, absolutely, but there's also feminists that operate in that chauvinist energy. So, here we got. All right. I don't know if I should accept this call. It's probably one of these kids again. Let's see.
Call from.
My man.
All right. What's up, bro?
What's going on?
How you doing?
Good.
I know you got something to say, bro.
Yeah, so I was going to tell you, the whole thing about cops working in the cities, I know it's a little biased. Same thing with lawyers. You got to understand from the public safety perspective as well, cities are incorporated. They are cities, right?
Yep.
And so they don't fall under being a corporation. So for that, like when you go to New York City, right, there's a huge tourism boom there. So there's a larger police force there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the pay may not be adequate because you have a larger police force.
Yeah.
Well, when you go to South Beach in Miami, the pay for an entry-level officer, although it says 9,000 or 62,000 with take-home costs, they're going to make at least 95,000 their first year.
Mm-hmm.
So again, because the city is incorporated, just like a corporation, right? They're going to get paid more money, although the arrest is the same as if you went anywhere in the United States and was arrested, right? So it's kind of a little different. And then the same thing with the WNBA. I think if we as society hold them accountable, right? Because again, they are a corporation.
Mm-hmm.
If you hold them accountable and you say, "Hey, look, we're going to sell these seats for $100 rather than selling it for $50,"
yep.
Then that'll allow for that equity to be there. But again, to your point, the value of the seats for the WNBA are not as highly regarded as the male counterparts, just because I think two things. Number one, time in actually being in the NBA and that's the existence of the WNBA, I should say. But also the opportunity for them to grow.
the corporations owe it to their people to grow the actual WNBA. So we have to hold the corporation accountable. That's what I'm saying.
Well, but here's the thing. I will say this, right?
Yeah.
The WNBA started in 1996.
Right.
So it's not fairly new. It's not brand new.
Right.
Either.
But the only thing is, what we do have is we have a divide. We have a Pepsi and we have a Coca-Cola, right?
Yeah.
And so what we do have is we have one that's been in existence a whole lot longer with a lot more backing, stronger ties, and deeper roots. Just like a tree would have, right?
Yep.
A tree has deeper roots the older it gets.
Yep.
And you'll see the more rings on the tree when you cut it open.
Yeah.
So it's the same concept. You have to nurture that tree and water that tree and take care of it as well as you did all your other trees. But if you're not doing that, then we have to hold those folks accountable for not doing that. And in this situation, we're talking about corporations. We're holding them accountable and saying, hey, look, we need more buying. We need more ads. We need more sponsorship. And if we're not holding them to or holding their feet to the fire, then we have to kind of look at the inequality that's going to continue to exist between WNBA players and the NBA players.
Yeah, I honestly, I think it's going to be. I got to be honest. I'm not sure if that's going to change though, because ultimately we want to be able to give them more sponsorship dollars. The only reason why these sponsors will sponsor these the WNBA is that they bring people in the seats. That's how the more people that are sitting in the seats, more people are exposed to sponsors. More people are exposed to sponsors, the more money sponsors are going to pay.
Oh, 100%. 100%. It's kind of like, and I'll use the South Beach reference again in Miami. No one's like, let's go to Sheboygan.
Yeah.
Let's go hang out in the middle of the Mojave Desert because that's cool unless you're going to like Coachella or whatever. But other than that, no one's going there, right?
Yeah, there's no market.
No one's going there. So that's what I'm saying. The market, people go to where the market is.
Yeah.
And right now the market is the NBA. Not right now. It has been the NBA.
Yeah.
But again, we as men, right? Men within this field of working in the athletic field, we also can do a part. We can also help promote, like you said. You have a lot of NBA players that you show up to the WNBA games. It's on TV. It's live. You see it everywhere. But is there an opportunity to do more? Yes. Yeah. But can we say that the talent with the corporation is indicative of getting higher pay? Maybe it is, but the corporation is not really feeling those energies and efforts. So, great topic, man. I know I'm passing you. I'm on my way back home from work. I was on my way to work this morning.
You saw me.
So kudos to you, man. Keep up to the good work and everyone. Great to see everybody live on the channel. And I won't hold you up anymore, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.
All right, brother. Take care.
Later, bro. Later. All right. I did want to address PW aphrodisiac. And the feminists had to come balance this all out. One extreme is going to produce another extreme, and that's just a given. I think that you have a point, but the problem is it really a balance that they want? And if it is, does that balance include this? Women now have everything equal to men. Okay? Are these women willing to accept their men having a lesser role in the home? Like a stay-at-home dad or a stay-at-home whatever. Are women willing to accept that? Because for the most part, and I'm not saying all, so I'm not speaking in absolutes. If we're talking about complete equality, the same women that want the same thing that all the men have will now reject the men that were being balanced to be at home now. Now there's a balance, right? Let's say now there's a balance. Now women are getting paid more. Now some men should be at home with the kids. Some women aren't accepting that. So I'm not sure if it's really balance that they want. You just said we don't have equality and acknowledge that you don't have it both ways. Can you call in, please? If you don't mind, can you call in? I would love to have a conversation with you. If you don't mind. And I'll leave it open for you. So that's the thing, right? So you're right. You can't have it both ways, but you're pretty much doing the same thing for the most part. So I'm trying to address that. So again, should a man and a woman get paid the same amount for doing the same job? Absolutely. The same job that's as far as the market is concerned. We can't use entertainment as that thing to argue because entertainment is different. It works on a flexible market. Entertainment is extremely flexible. It's not standard. All right. If you're working in a standard market where people are doing the exact same job, right, in the same market, and they're producing the same results, then we have an argument. Okay. But if you're not doing that, then now you're just being emotional with what you're saying. You got to be logical with it. That's how it is. So if somebody's coming to do a job for you, right, and they're doing the same exact job, but one person's job you like, the other one you don't like, right? Are you going to pay them the same amount? Absolutely not. That's because that's how the market works. If somebody does a better job, you're going to go with that person who does a better job. You're going to pay them better. If somebody brings more seats in the arena, you're going to pay them more. This is not about a necessarily a woman and a male thing. It's about who's drawing the numbers and who's bringing in the money, period. But you're more than welcome to call in. I don't mind having a conversation, a peaceful conversation. We can disagree, but we can be civil about it. I just don't understand what exactly you're trying to get at here. All right. But if not, it's cool. If you want, you can hit me up on my Instagram. You can message me and we can talk more about this, because this is one of those things that, like, I think women should be, if they're working in the same marketplace and doing the same job, producing the same results, then they should get paid the same amount. NBA, their results are money in the seats. So they're getting paid what they're worth based on the money they bring into the seats. Entertainment works that way. There are some actresses that get paid way more than male actors doing the same job. We don't get mad off of that because men understand, okay, they bring in more money. So no, they should not be they should get more money than I get. Okay, but if we're doing the same job and bringing in producing the same results, then it becomes unfair. Equality in roles is not biblical. And I agree with that too. I agree with that. I'll put that up. And it's only because it's balance. We think equality is doing the same thing. Balance is doing different things to create a more cohesive result. That's what balance is about. So I'm more about balance than equality. I think that if we're doing the same job, yes. But as far as gender roles, I fully support gender roles. I support the construct of masculinity and femininity. I do support that. And I stand by it, because what it does is, again, as I said in the beginning of the show, it creates a beautiful and healthy balance where there's cohesiveness in society. Once that breaks away and those lines are blurred, I believe that society is going to crumble. It'll be extremely confused. And then we really wouldn't know who to go to for what anymore. It won't happen. But that's it. I guess, again, I'm gonna put my Instagram in the chat so that you can hit me up and we can chat about it. Then hopefully it'll come up. Let me just do this here. All right. No, I did it wrong. Okay. Now, this is not to degrade women. This is just a defense of masculinity. Masculinity is a concept that's needed in society. Love it or hate it, it's needed. It's necessary for us to have it. Period. Okay. Let me read Todd's comment. My wife will do a website for $700. I'll do a website for $3,000. I ask for more, and I have more years on my craft. She upscale on other features if she wants to. Who's wrong? Good question. Yeah. Oh no, you're not too late. Why? Oh, are you looking to come in, Miss T? You're looking to share your point of view? Because I'm about to go to sleep. About to take my bathing and go to bed. But listen, great conversation, great topic. Again, PW Aphrodisiac. I'm not here to come at you or call you out. We can have difference of opinions, but we can definitely come together and have a discussion about this, because again, I'm a learner and I don't have all the answers. But logically, we have to come to the acknowledgement that masculine energy is needed. And people who are looking to blur the lines will probably regret it in a few years, because now they've tried to get rid of something that should be valued in our society. And right now, it's to a point where it's not being valued. And in fact, if you wanted to prove what you said about creating one extreme, that one extreme that feminists are taking is trying to emasculate a generation, trying to not just decrease, but diminish altogether what it means to be a masculine male. And I think that's creating a negative extreme. We need both. We need both to survive in this society. And and then I'm gonna close it out with what Todd Bangs just said. We need both energies. Balance is essential in all things. All right. Bars. Not only does he spit bars on tracks, he spit bars of knowledge just wherever he goes. All right, guys, listen. It's that time. I gave you guys an hour and 10 minutes, longer than I was supposed to. So I am about to head off. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you didn't like the video, you can hit the like button. I don't mind. I appreciate the engagement. Thank you so much for watching. And if you would like to join the Harrison Extended family, all you got to do is hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification, and you have joined the Harrison Extended family. And if you would like to support the channel, we have memberships. You can join. Hit the join button down below. We have 2 tiers, one for $2.99, one for $4.99. Both will allow you to have access to exclusive content that I'll be putting out there, and also an exclusive screening whenever it's done of the documentary that I'm working on. It's going to be a dope documentary, I hope. All right, guys. Thank you so much. Real, I appreciate it. Good night, V. Good night, Molly. Good night, Todd. Good night, Miss Torrent. Good night, Harry. Good night, Andrea. Good night, PW Aphrodisia. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys. All right. And until the next live stream or upload, I'm out.